Okay, we're going to talk about one more book before my phone overheats. I can feel it. And it's because it's like 85 degrees outside at 1 a.m. And because it's humid AF. But today I finished Jennifer Fawcett's Beneath the Stairs. So I finished this today. I've been reading it for a little while. I am a slow reader. Sorry. Um, it was like a 3 to 4 star read for me. I'm leaning closer to. I rated it 4 on my stuff, but like Goodreads, Audible, all that. But it was leaning a lot closer to like a 3 star, and it's not like the writing specific. Like I want it to be a 4 star, because the writing itself is really good. She makes you feel things. Jennifer makes you feel things, without it getting so heavy that it's unbearable, and which is important because she went real heavy into some real heavy topics. But also I had like issue with, like, I was there for a specific horror related reason, and what I got felt like I don't know, like a friends to lovers romance with some like grief stuff, and I am so tired of acts of like happening into like grief books. I am so tired of it. I don't want any grief books right now. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna do spoilers because I want to talk about it. So if you haven't read it yet, if you're interested in reading a book about a lady who goes to her childhood hometown because her childhood best friend tried to, in a haunted house, which was called the Octagon House, that was nestled like deep into the woods, and there's a big mystery behind it. If that sounds cool to you, it was 3 stars for me, but it could be better for you. I'm gonna go into spoilers now, so we're gonna talk about that. So if you don't want spoilers, you're gonna scroll. Love you. Bye. So for this book, like, it was real heavy with the child loss. Super duper heavy. And it's not just the child loss, like, it didn't tie back in as much as I thought it was going to, because there's a lot of child loss in it, and not just because there's a ghost little girl. It's not just because of that, and not just because like there's a history of 2 other little girls getting it's definitely very personal, like miscarriages, and early child loss, that I wasn't anticipating, just to be completely honest. Like, I expected some level of grief because her best friend tried to herself, according to the first part of the book. Not the case. Kind of, maybe near the end. But like, I don't normally do that subject. I'm trying really hard with Stuff for the Children because it's Craig DeLuey, and I want creepy children vampires. Sorry if that's a spoiler for. I want that, but the grief that he that he can write, devastating. This book wasn't devastating. I only teared up a couple of times near the very end, so I was already heavily invested, and I just wanted to get it over with, and I wanted to find out what happened, so I didn't even occur to me to DNF. So it only gets super heavy near the end, and due to my own issues and my own history and my own problems, I don't deal well with that subject. So the fact that it wasn't too heavy that I couldn't read the book from the go was fine. It was good. It was fine. I appreciate that. It leaned really heavily into that. It leaned really heavily into like this childhood romance that she had with her childhood best friends, slightly older brother. I didn't give a I did not care about that at all. I didn't care. He seemed cute-ish, but he still also had that mindset of, you might be crazy. I'm experiencing things, but you might be a little crazy like my sister. I didn't like that. I didn't like him. I barely liked the main character. I liked the side characters. I liked almost all the side characters. I really enjoyed them. I felt really, really horrible for Grace. She's the little girl, the main spirit that you see. Horrible for her. I loved her. I wanted so much better for her, and she didn't get it. She didn't get that, and she did not get enough closure at the end, in my opinion. Hated that. I wanted more ghosts. I wanted more haunting. I wanted more spooky. I wanted more ghosts. I wanted more haunting. I didn't get enough of that at all, okay? I didn't get enough of that at all. Like, some of the stuff was like, oh, it could be paranormal, or she could just be a little crazy, or, like, is this trauma? Is this actually happening? That, fine, yeah, fine, but that's not what I signed up for. I signed up for ghosts. I didn't get enough ghosts. There were ghosts though, so at least it wasn't just like, it did not end and go, she's just crazy, she's just a crazy lady. It didn't end that way, thankfully. There were ghosts. I don't like the way that the child loss was handled, because I thought it was going to tie back into what happened there, and the tie back in was that the grief aspect of losing a child is the guilt and feeling like maybe miscarriages are a punishment. She just wanted to like wax on that, which for her grief process I get, but I didn't want to listen to it. It broke my heart a little bit. And that's probably what she was also getting at. She was probably trying to break the reader's heart. If it didn't tie back into the haunting, I didn't want it, okay? I didn't want the stupid romance. It wasn't stupid. It was okay. There was an aspect to the romance that I actually really enjoyed, and it was because I could relate to it. My issue with romance is that I usually can't relate to it. But I could relate to, like, she had this moment where her marriage was breaking apart, and then, I can't relate to the cheating, I don't do that, but she had this moment where she, cheated on her husband with, her childhood best friend's older brother, as they reconnected, and then they, like, separated, and, like, stuff happened, but, like, but she felt like she had finally seen and felt something that she had been missing for a long time, which was love, and that she knew deep down that she could not recreate that with the person that she had, and that her marriage needed to end because she found what she'd experienced what she was missing. And I have not my most recent relationship that ended, but the one right before that, getting with my most recent ex, I like experienced things with him that I didn't experience with the guy before him, that had a lot to do with like love and attachment and emotions that I just wasn't getting from my previous one, and it was like a very light bulb moment. So I get that, but I have very little time left. I also want to tell you that the dead that are shown kind of, or proposed in, because you don't see their ghosts, but they're not handled well. They demolish the house and then they just kind of leave them there as a mystery. They don't tell the police or anything. I hate that. I hate that so much. It's disrespectful to the dead, even if they're not, like, even if their family isn't around anymore. That's disrespectful. I hated that. Okay? I hated it. Gotta go.